Justin Timberlake arrested on DWI charges in the Hamptons. Long Island, New York is the location where Justin Timberlake was taken into custody for driving while under the influence of alcohol or drugs. During his time in the Hamptons, the singer and actor Justin Timberlake was taken into custody for driving under the influence of alcohol. In a statement to National Public Radio, the Office of the Suffolk County District Attorney confirmed that Timberlake was taken into custody on Tuesday in Sag Harbor and subsequently arraigned in Sag Harbor Village Justice Court later that same morning. One of the coastal villages located on the eastern end of Long Island, Sag Harbor is a well-liked summer getaway for wealthy New Yorkers. Sag Harbor is located on the peninsula. Timberlake's agents have been contacted by NPR to obtain a statement. The musician was taken into custody by the Sag Harbor Police Department on the morning of June 18, according to a spokeswoman of the department who spoke with people from Sag Harbor. An officer pulled Timberlake, stopped in a 2025 BMW just after 12:30 a.m. local time, according to a statement released by the Sag Harbor Police Department on Tuesday afternoon. The statement further stated that the officer did so after observing Timberlake driving through a stop sign without stopping and failing to maintain his lane of travel. After the investigation, it was found that Mr. Timberlake was operating his vehicle while under the influence of alcohol, as stated in the investigation. According to a source, the 43-year-old hitmaker of Selfish was taken into custody on allegations of driving while intoxicated after spending time with friends at the American Hotel in Sag Harbor. Following his departure from the establishment to travel to the residence of his companion, he was stopped. According to the source, no one else was hurt. He will be arraigned in about an hour. It has been reported by POPLE that Timberlake will be charged with 1 count of driving while intoxicated as well as 2 citations, 1 for failing to maintain in the lane and 1 for disregarding a stop sign. There was a statement issued by the police later on Tuesday. At 12:37 in the morning on June 18, 2024, Justin R. Timberlake, age 43 of Tennessee, was observed driving a 2025 BMW southbound on Madison Street. He failed to stop at a stop sign that was properly displayed and he failed to maintain his lane of travel. An officer from the Sag Harbor Village Police Department began a traffic stop, and after conducting an investigation, it was discovered that Mr. Timberlake was operating his vehicle while under the influence of alcohol or drugs, as stated in the document. After being placed under arrest, Mr. Timberlake was processed and held overnight in preparation for his arraignment in the morning. During the arraignment that took place on June 18, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. at the Sag Harbor Village Justice Court, Mr. Timberlake was freed on his recognizance for the charges that he was facing. The artist, known for his hit song, No Angels, is scheduled to return to court on July 26 for a hearing, which will follow his arraignment. To promote his most recent album, Everything I Thought It Was, which was released on March 15th, Timberlake is presently on tour. Ahead of the album's release in the spring, the singer, known for Sanctified, gave sneak peeks of its tunes during appearances on Saturday Night Live and Tiny Desk on National Public Radio. The next stop on his Forget Tomorrow World Tour, which is Timberlake's first tour in 5 years, is planned to take place at the United Center in Chicago on June 21 and 22, followed by a performance at Madison Square Garden in New York City on June 25 and 26. This week, the performer of Mirrors was in New York for a short vacation after he visited Miami, which took place on Saturday, June 15. Until July 9, Justin Timberlake will continue his tour dates in the United States. After that, he will take the show overseas for a lengthy run in Europe that will go throughout the remainder of the summer and into the fall. After that, the Grammy winner will make a return to North America for additional performances, beginning on October 7 at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Every show is expected to conclude by the 20th of December. On Sunday, Timberlake commemorated Father's Day by posting a touching message on Instagram to his 2 sons, Silas, who is 9 years old, and Phineas, who is 3.5 years old, which he has with his wife, Jessica Biel. In addition to expressing gratitude to the boys for giving me my biggest purpose, he referred to them as his 2 greatest gifts. I learn more about myself every day just because you both chose me to be your daddy, Timberlake stated in his letter. It is my promise that I will never leave your side, no matter what challenges you face, to uplift you and demonstrate to you how far you are capable of going in this life, as well as to pick you up when you fall. And of course, to bombard you with annoying jokes about your father throughout the entire journey. Adding, I love you both so much, he continued. During the time that the drowned musician is on tour, Timberlake and Biel are currently enjoying time away from one another. During her visit on The View on May 16, the Candy actress, who's 42 years old, discussed her current relationship with her husband amid his shows. In her explanation, she stated, "It is always a work in progress. It's always a struggle to establish a balance, and it's much more difficult to find a time when we can connect." Furthermore, Beal stated, "Thank goodness for Zoom and FaceTime. For families that are constantly on the go, well, for everyone really, but especially for parents who are absent very frequently, that has proven to be a great aid." A little over 2 months into the North American leg of his Forget Tomorrow World Tour, the 43-year-old musician is now performing. Everything I Thought It Was, his sixth studio album, was released in March, and he's currently promoting it. This is his first studio album in 6 years. Timberlake's most recent performance was on Saturday in Miami, where he was performing. It is planned that he will give performances in the United Center in Chicago on both Friday and Saturday, as well as at Madison Square Garden in New York City the following week. Danny Cevallos, a legal commentator for NBC News, makes the following statement: "A refusal can be introduced at trial to establish conscious evidence of guilt. The termination of a person's driving rights is contingent upon this condition." An individual who is close to Timberlake stated that he had enjoyed a meal at the American Hotel, which is located in the Sag Harbor neighborhood of the Hamptons, and then proceeded to visit a friend's residence before being stopped by law enforcement. Even though the grounds on which the American Hotel is currently situated can be traced back to a time before the year 1776, the current iteration of the inn did not undergo restoration and reopen until the year 1972. Dozens of wines are priced in the 4-digit range on the large wine list that it offers. There are performances scheduled for Timberlake in Chicago on Friday and Saturday, followed by performances at Madison Square Garden in New York City on Tuesday and Wednesday of the following week. His The Forget Tomorrow World Tour had visited Tampa, Florida on Friday and Miami, Florida throughout the previous weekend. Exactly 1 day before his arrest, Timberlake's wife, the actress Jessica Biel, raved about him as the rock of their family and promised to keep him eternally grounded and warm. Timberlake was arrested the next day. The criticism that Timberlake has received from supporters of his ex-girlfriend Britney Spears stands in stark contrast to the support that Biel has shown for Timberlake. Timberlake, who became famous as a member of the musical group NSYNC, was not presented in a favorable light in Spears' memoir, The Woman in Me, which was published in the previous year. From 1999 until 2002, the couple dated. They had first met when they were children on the set of the Mickey Mouse Club. After she became pregnant by Timberlake, Spears wrote that she had an abortion, and she accused him of cheating on her a couple of times. Spears also claimed that she had an abortion. In January, Spears expressed her regret on social media for the fact that her memoir had caused anyone to feel offended, and she praised Timberlake for his most recent hit. A few days later, while performing in New York City, Timberlake sparked yet another round of backlash on the internet by stating that he would like to take this opportunity to apologize to absolutely effing nobody. If you enjoyed this video and want to see another just like it, then be sure to click the link on the screen now. With that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.